The journey to creating successful, user-centered products is often derailed not by a lack of effort, but by fundamental flaws in how we understand our users. This book provides a roadmap for moving beyond superficial data to uncover the profound insights that drive genuine innovation. It argues that the difference between a product that soars and one that flops often lies in the quality of the research behind it. To master this craft, one must learn to identify and overcome the subtle traps that compromise findings, adopt the mindset of an investigator piecing together clues, and employ rigorous methods that reveal what users cannot always articulate. A critical starting point is recognizing the 7 pervasive sins that undermine research efforts. The first is credulity, or taking users' stated preferences at face value without observing their actual behaviors. People often struggle to explain their own actions, making observation more valuable than interrogation. The second sin is dogmatism, the rigid adherence to a single methodology, which blinds teams to a fuller picture. The remedy is methodological flexibility, blending qualitative and quantitative approaches. Bias, the third sin, involves allowing personal or organizational desires to skew research toward preordained conclusions, a pitfall avoided only by pursuing truth over validation. Obscurantism, the fourth sin, occurs when research insights are hoarded within a small group. Instead, a culture of regular, company-wide user engagement should be fostered. The fifth sin is laziness, or relying on stale data rather than conducting fresh, iterative research aligned with an evolving product. Vagueness, the sixth sin, involves embarking on research with poorly defined objectives, leading to diluted and unactionable results. The final sin is hubris, where researchers pride themselves on producing complex, lengthy reports that fail to communicate effectively. The antidote is concise, visual summaries that radiate key insights and prompt action. By vigilantly avoiding these sins, teams can ensure their work genuinely serves user needs. With a solid ethical and procedural foundation, the researcher must then adopt the core mentality of a detective. This begins with a precise understanding of the problem, crystallized into a specific, written research question. Before collecting new data, the savvy investigator scours existing archives and interviews stakeholders to build a comprehensive background. The next step is the meticulous collection of facts through observation, focusing on what users do rather than what they say, and noting even the smallest, seemingly insignificant details. This evidence is gathered with a neutral, open mind, postponing interpretation. Only then does the detective develop hypotheses, using expertise in behavior, technology, and business to craft plausible explanations embodied in personas and user journeys. These theories are then rigorously tested and refined through prototypes and experiments, eliminating those that don't fit the facts. The final step is to act, presenting clear, actionable recommendations and ensuring accountability for implementation. The entire process is governed by a golden rule: never assume. Every decision must be rooted in evidence, transforming mystery into clarity. None of this detective work is possible without first defining the research question with exacting precision. A common and costly failure is launching expensive studies without a clear target, resulting in data that merely confirms existing beliefs. To prevent this, researchers must cast a wide net, consulting diverse stakeholders to understand the problem from every angle: marketing, engineering, support, and beyond. The next challenge is to deconstruct abstract goals like usability or satisfaction into concrete, measurable components. This involves grounding the inquiry in established literature and theory to ensure robustness. Once components are defined, the focus turns to measurement, determining the specific data that will provide answers and how to capture it effectively. Finally, no plan is complete without a dress rehearsal. Pilot studies, both informal and structured, serve as indispensable reality checks, exposing flawed assumptions, logistical issues, and overlooked perspectives. This upfront investment in problem definition is what separates impactful, innovation-driving research from a mere accumulation of dusty reports. Two foundational activities that feed into this process are secondary research and stakeholder interviews. Secondary research, or desk research, is the efficient practice of reviewing existing findings from internal reports, academic studies, industry analytics, and public data. It helps map the landscape, preventing redundant work and identifying where new primary research is truly needed. A useful model imagines 3 overlapping circles: users, goals, and environments. The richest insights live at the intersection of all 3, but valuable understanding can also be found in the overlaps of any 2. Meanwhile, stakeholder interviews are not about passively collecting requests but about actively diagnosing the root problem. The skilled researcher steers conversations away from preconceived solutions and toward underlying goals and challenges. Techniques like collaborative issue gathering with sticky notes help create a comprehensive problem list before any prioritization occurs. The researcher then assesses the evidence for each issue, categorizing it from non-existent to hard, and works to quantify the problem's impact and potential solution value. Exploring historical context and constraints reveals what has been tried before and what obstacles exist. Success here hinges on preparation, setting clear expectations and ensuring the presence of key decision-makers to build credibility and strategic alignment from the outset. For those seeking the deepest possible understanding, design ethnography offers a powerful path. This method involves immersing oneself in the user's natural environment, their home, workplace, or commute, for extended periods to observe behavior in context. Unlike broad cultural ethnography, design ethnography is sharply focused on extracting actionable insights for product creation. It seeks to answer fundamental questions: what are people actually trying to accomplish? What hidden workarounds and tools have they invented? What unspoken frustrations or delights shape their experience? By watching quietly and listening intently, the researcher uncovers the profound gap between what people say they do and what they actually do. This rich, qualitative data reveals needs users themselves may not recognize, providing the raw material for breakthrough design solutions that resonate on a human level. Ultimately, thinking like a UX researcher is a holistic discipline. It combines the rigor of a scientist, the curiosity of a detective, and the empathy of an anthropologist. It is a continuous cycle of learning, building, and validating, a commitment to placing evidence about human behavior at the very center of every product decision. By embracing this mindset, teams can move beyond guesswork and create experiences that are not just functional, but truly meaningful.